Okay, welcome to this video. We're going to talk about CBP hiring, ICE hiring, Border Patrol agents who want to join in 2025, 2026, 2027, 2028 under President Trump's presidency. So you will see more hiring for Customs and Border Protection Officers, CBPO. You're going to see more hiring for Border Patrol agent, and then also for ICE special agent, and also HSI. We're going to discuss all of that. Now, if you go on USA Job right now, you will see some incentives. The incentives that are listed now for CBPO, the Customs and Border Protection Officers, and also for the Border Patrol agents are different, and these are Biden era's incentive. Under President Trump, all of this is going to change, and I can guarantee you it will be way more than that. So you will see more recruitment incentives, and we're gonna see it's gonna expand to also CBPO, because right now CBPO officer, they have a recruitment incentive, but it's not the same as the Border Patrol agent. So we're gonna talk about it in details. I want to also thank the School of Law Enforcement and Test Preparation, the California Real Estate License School, home of real estate and law enforcement test prep, sponsoring this video, and also letting us talk about their exam prep program that they have. They have an access for 1 month, I believe is $39.95, and then they also have another access for 1 year. And basically they did in this video, I'm gonna explain you. There's just a lot of overlapping material when it comes to these 3 exams. Okay, so if you want to join Border Patrol as a Border Patrol agent, or go to and become basically at a point of entry, become a CBPO officer, then you'll have the exam is very similar. I would say the CBPO exam is a little bit more difficult, slightly more difficult than the Border Patrol agent, but there are a lot of overlapping material when it comes to the questions on all these 3 exams. So when you get this preparation program, you're basically preparing for all these 3 exams in one test preparation. Now let's talk about hiring. Right now, as President Trump was just inaugurated, he took office, he immediately issued a few executive actions. So we have a lot of people asking us about the federal hiring freeze. Am I going to be able to get hired by CBP? Am I going to be able to get hired by DHS as an ICE agent? Is the federal hiring freeze is applying to me? So this is the executive order. It was issued on January 20th, 2025, the same day President Trump took office. And you can read the order. It's all these executive orders are on the official White House website. And the most important part of this order is basically this sentence right here. So it says this order does not apply to military personnel of the armed forces or to positions related to immigration enforcement, national security, or public safety. So you do not need to worry about your hiring. If you are in the midst of getting hired, if you have passed already the written test, or if you are getting ready for the panel interview, you're getting ready for your medical exam and for your fitness test. By the way, I have another video on this channel. It was a video from 2022, but it is still relevant. A lot of things that I shared on this video about the students that we work with is still relevant for 2025, 2026. And I talk a lot on this. This is going to be a video that is On the same channel is 26 minutes and 28 seconds, and I talk a lot about the medical exam. I give some tips when it comes to the polygraph exam, and then also the panel interview. And make sure you also watch that video. Once you're done watching this video, you go and watch the other video. There's still a lot of golden nuggets in there that you can use. So it's on the same channel, and it's the video that is 26 minutes and 28 seconds. So let's go back to now. I want to talk about the need, the incredible need that of personnel that this administration is going to have when it comes to immigration enforcement, border security, because as you may know, during President Biden term, it was really mismanaged. Okay, so the border, national security, everything was taken very lightly, and the hiring was very slow. The incentives were not encouraging enough. They were not appealing enough to attract more people into these jobs, especially Border Patrol and Customs and Border Protection and ICE special agent. So now with Donald Trump, the fact that he put that hiring freeze, he's gonna be able to allocate more budget. They're gonna be able to review a lot of unnecessary jobs that are redundant in federal government and save the taxpayers money and actually bring more funding to all these departments like CBP, like ICE, that actually they are in need of hiring. They are in need of more personnel to tackle all these immigration situation that happened during President Biden, and also the fact that millions of people entered the U.S. illegally, and now they have to be processed, and for a large majority of them, they have to go in front of an immigration judge in an expedited manner, and then if they get an order to be removed, then they will have to get deported. So we're gonna see a lot of announcement and a lot of job posting on USA Job. Now, when it comes to job search, I also wanted to give you a few tips, because when you are looking for jobs online, be very careful that you do not go to any of these basically third-party provider. You see, this is a job or announcement for Customs and Border Protection agent, a webinar, but then you'll see this third-party provider: apply on Women's Career, apply on Asian Career.net, apply on LifeWork. Do not apply to these government jobs via a third party, because they will have to transfer your information, and most likely you're gonna be waiting in a queue that you don't need to be waiting at. So that's gonna be a queue on a third-party provider that will actually, if they are honest enough, they probably gonna have you go back to USA Job and apply for these jobs. So go directly to USA Job and do not go to these third-party providers that create listing that makes you think that these people are hiring on behalf of the US government. They are not. Okay, they just using the same job announcement on USA Job, and they copy and paste them and create more posting for themselves, so then they can create traffic on their website. And a lot of people create accounts. You see it says create your account here with your Google account, LinkedIn, and they just gonna submit, and they just wait on a queue that they don't need to be waiting at. So just directly go to USA Job. Now, I wanted to talk about some of these incentives that are Biden era's incentive that are still going on. Now, when it comes to salaries, okay, a lot of our students ask us, when I'm an entry level at CBP as a Customs and Border Protection officer or as a border patrol agent, they always put GS5, GS7, and what would be actually my salary. So a lot of time it will depend on where you're gonna be working at. Okay, so if you go to OPM's website, they just released the 2025 general schedules. So if you see the general schedule, you'll see the base pay for, let's say, a GS5. A base pay would be on 2025, it would be $34,454. But that is not all. You have to also add the locality pay, and for locality pay, they already done the job for you. So let's say you are going on this job announcement, and you see the CBPO, it also tells you that you will have to choose between these locations. So you see all these locations is listing the California locations first, then you have locations in Michigan, you have location in Texas. So these are basically border towns. Okay, so you're gonna be working at either at an airport or at point of entry, dealing with trucks, cars, people trying to walk in. So those are the point of entries that usually the Customs and Border Protection officer are working at. And let's say we are we want to say, let's say Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, so if I go to look at the OPM for Atlanta, Georgia, so we go back. Okay, it's right up there, Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, so now let's look at our GS5. You see it's already at $42,651. So that would be your starting salary if you start in Georgia at the lowest level. Now, when you are passing your interview, if you are able to bring up some of your experiences, okay, so let's say you are doing your interview for Border Patrol agent and you're passing your interview. So usually your application, the HR person that will go through your application, they will look at your experiences. If they see you already had previous customer service experience, if you see maybe you had some kind of experience in a law office, in a local government, any type of other proficiencies, then you might qualify for a GS7. Okay, and again, GS5 and GS7 is both of them are entry level, but there is a difference in pay. Okay, so if you enter, let's say you in Atlanta, Georgia, you will enter with your locality at 42,000, and if you're able to show other proficiency in your resume, in your application during the interview, they might allow you to be hired at GS7, and you see there is more than $10,000 of difference already on that pay. So that would be Atlanta, Georgia. But again, you can look up other cities. The more, let's say it's a very expensive area, the more, I don't want to say inflation, but let's say cost of living. The more the higher is the cost of living in certain area, the higher is also the locality pay. So a place that I know it's very expensive to live, let's say Los Angeles, California, if we look at the locality pay for the GS5, you see is at 47,000. So if you are let's say in this position, you select Los Angeles and you get picked for Los Angeles or Long Beach, or also San Francisco, or San Isidro. San Isidro is also a very tough to fill position for Border Patrol and CBPO. So you will get a good locality pay because, well, cost of living for Los Angeles and San Francisco is through the roof. Everybody knows that. So this is something that is going to be very expensive. So your locality pay is gonna be high. But for San Isidro, it's a different story. You'll get a different incentive because of the fact that it's a hard to fill area for Border Patrol to fill those positions there. And that's a small town south of San Diego, right at the border. It's a lot of people that live in San Isidro actually work for the government. You see the difference in Los Angeles is $47,000, and then if you're hired at GS7, then you would be 58,000. So the salary depends. That's why when you look at these job posting, they don't put a fixed salary. They're putting a range of salary for you. Okay, so 39,000 all the way, it can go up to 108,000 depending on different factors. Now, in order to make these job posting more attractive, during the Biden era, and I'm pretty sure during this administration, Donald Trump, you will see more incentive coming. Right now for Border Patrol agents, you have up to $30,000 bonus or recruitment incentive. And the way this works is that you will initially be offered a $20,000 incentive, and after completing your academy. Now remember, the academy also is about 6 months in Artesia, New Mexico. That's for Border Patrol agent. The academy for Customs and Border Protection officers are at FLETC, and there are different locations. The length of them are almost the same. Both of them are 5 to 6 months. For Border Patrol right now, this is a Biden era incentive. Once you get out of the academy after Artesia, New Mexico, you get $10,000 bonus, and then once you sign that 3-year agreement, you will get the first you will get, and the 3 years you will get the second payment for the $10,000, and then if you go to a prioritized location, you can get an additional $10,000. Now, as of the recording of this video, these are the prioritized locations for Border Patrol officer, Border Patrol agents, okay? So this has to be actually BPA, because for Border Patrol, they are agents, they're not officers. So this is prioritized location for Border Patrol agents. And these are the location right now that are hard to fill. Again, these are Biden eras, even though we are under Donald Trump's administration right now. So these locations may change, but as of today, these are prioritized locations that will get you an additional $10,000 in bonus when you are hired as a Border Patrol agent. Now, for the Border Protection officers, also, by the way, these are both career ladder positions. I will talk about career ladder in a minute, but let's just focus on the duty duty locations that will bring you incentive. So now for the Border Patrol officers, you don't get that $10,000 out of the academy and possibly additional $20,000. It's a little bit more different. It goes based on your salary. So if your salary, let's say, would be $50,000 at GS5, you would get a 25% recruitment salary if you choose any of these locations to as your duty location. And I told you about San Isidro already. I know that one is very hard to fill. And then you do have a 15% recruitment incentive. So these are a little bit easier to fill for Border Patrol. So they will give less incentive right now. It would be Detroit and Portal. These are the incentives that are going on now. But believe me, during the Trump administration, which we are during, these are all going to be beefed up. They're gonna increase and upgrade all these incentives, so you'll see even more updates on these jobs posting, I do recommend keeping an eye on this keyword, which is immigration and custom enforcement on USA Job, because right now they have not yet posted their special agent job posting, and they will be doing big hiring on that front as well. Right now you see a lot of jobs that are not really in law enforcement related. Registered nurse, they're hiring mental health people, they're hiring behavioral health. There's just a lot of people that are working at this detention centers where they are servicing these immigrants or migrants that are waiting for decisions, whether their asylum application would be accepted and would lead to a green card, or it would be denied and they will have to face a removal order and deportation. So you see right now, you see certain jobs like a general attorney, record management officer, but the special agent positions are not yet listed. So keep an eye on this keyword in USA Job, because you will see special, and this is the Immigration Services Officer. This is for USCIS, is a different agency, is not part of ICE. And that job also was an internal job. So you see it says just job for, so when you see this logo, this is open to all US citizens. So that will be posted here. Do not go to a third party provider. Do not use these middlemans. You don't need to deal with them. You will be wasting your time. Definitely check the new job announcement on USA Job. And as I said, you will see announcement either GS5, GS7, or you will see announcement on their higher GS9. So when it comes to GS9, you will have to have some kind of experience. Now, it could either be law enforcement experience or related experience. Related experience could be, okay, I worked as a paralegal in an immigration law office. That is related, because you will be getting a lot of training when it comes to immigration law. When you go to the academy, and someone who has already worked in that field, they have relevant experience, so they might already enter the forces at GS9. And GS9, we saw, let's say for Los Angeles, the GS9 position is already at $71,244. So the incentive is there. And then if you get a GS9 plus a location that is that would bring you a 25% incentive, let's say San Isidro, then you get an additional 25% of that $71,000 added to your salary, and that would be, I believe, a one-time bonus. Now, when it comes to we're going to talk about ICE. So special agents, ICE. Now you're going to see a different job announcement on USA Job. As I said, the keyword to look for always is immigration and customs enforcement. That would be the one that would bring up all the ICE. But you can also look for, because there would be a similar position for HSI, Homeland Security Investigation. So if you type in Homeland Security Investigation, that would be also another relevant keyword that would bring up jobs that you will see under the President Trump. It will be a very in-demand field of work. So you'll see a lot more of those CBPO and BPA. CBPO, the Customs and Border Protection Officers, and BPA for Border Patrol Agent. Job announcement with beefed up incentives. So the incentives that I showed you is nothing compared to what you're going to see under Donald Trump administration, and you will see more job opening on their Homeland Security Investigation entry level HSI agents, and then also ICE under Immigration and Customs Enforcement, for basically ICE agent. And as I said, we have our partner school has a preparation program with practice tests, flashcards, everything that you need to basically put together, work on it. I recommend putting at least an hour a day to go over the material. There are a lot of things to review, and these exams are long. Okay, so this is an exam that you're gonna go there and it might take 3 hours. Okay, you're gonna be sitting, you're gonna finish one portion and lead to another portion. You might be able to take a small break in between, but sometimes just expect 3 to 4 hours of testing when it comes to the entrance exam. That's why the preparation is very important. Again, you can find the CBP officer and border protection and ICE agent exam test spread at CaliforniaRealEstateLicenseSchool.com, home of real estate and law enforcement test preps. And you see they have programs for other law enforcement position like LAPD, NYPD, Pellet B for all the California law enforcement, sheriff and CHP officers. So thank you for watching this video. This was a quick overview of hiring and recruitment under the President Trump's administration. And as I said, there's gonna be a huge need. Right now they have to compensate using troops, so they're using National Guards, they're using the Army, I believe, to support the current Border Patrol officers and Border Patrol agents and Customs and Border Protection officers that are currently working in these positions, because there is just not enough personnel for all the operations that they need to complete. So they are using additional troops to get more help. But again, they will have to hire more people, and they will have to throw way more incentive than just a few $1,000s. So you just keep an eye on these positions. USA Jobs.gov, Customs and Border Protection Officers. You can just search it directly, and you can also search Border Patrol agent, and you'll see more incentives coming your way. And the key is preparation. You want to score as high as possible. You want to highlight your resume with relevant experience. As I said, there's certain job experiences that would allow you to get hired at GS7 or GS9 position instead of basic entry GS5. So these are things that you have to highlight in your resume, and based on your previous job experiences. And if you're fresh out of school, it's fine too. These are career ladder positions, so that means that you will quickly jump from a GS5 to a GS7, and from GS7 to GS9 and 10. So in regular, normally when you are in a federal position at GS5, it might take 10 years for you to go to it, because you have to complete all the steps. Okay, so it might take 10 plus years for you to jump from a GS5 to a GS7. Remember when we looked up the Los Angeles one, you see these are all steps. So if you enter at $47,000 GS5 step 1, it might take 10 years for you to complete the 10 steps, and these are all also based on supervisor approval and all that. So, and then eventually once you complete step 10, then you'll be able to promote it at GS6. With a career ladder, it's not like that. You will jump very quickly after a year or two from GS5 step 1. All of a sudden you find yourself at GS7 step 1. You have accomplished a lot. Your supervisor is happy with you. You might jump straight to GS9 after that. Okay, so you might go from GS7 to GS9. So you don't have to spend 1 year at each of this step and have a small increase in your salary. You'll be able to jump these ladders way faster than any other federal employee. Why? Because this was part of the incentive for you to be hired. So all these positions that you see, they do have a disclosure of career ladder. You see here, it says career ladder. There you go. It's talking about it. You go to the other one. They're disclosing they're using career ladder as a recruitment incentive. So here you go, for the Border Patrol agent, this is their career ladder. So if you are fresh out of school and you don't have job experience, don't worry, get your foot in the door at the highest position that you can qualify. So this is GS5 would be a GS5, GS7, GS7. But do not worry, because of the career ladder system that is used in this hiring, you will be able to get promoted way faster than other federal employees. Thank you for watching this video. Give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment, share your experiences. We want this all of our videos to be open to comments so people can share their experiences, and it could be a point of reference for future candidates. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to the channel, and also check out the test prep program at CaliforniaRealEstateLicenseSchool.com, and have a great day.